What's going on? What's going on? Oh man, it feel good to be back home. To be back on the home channel, it feel good. Look, let's go ahead and start this off right. Let's go.
Shoot up. You shot me in the heart, and I've been dying since we've been apart. Oh, shoot up. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I'm just as good as dead. I'm good as dead. Whoa, girl, you shot me down to my knees, yeah. Since you took your love from me, and I'm holding on to the hopes that you will return. Although I feel I've lost you forever, I will believe that you still love me. Girl, say you do, say you do, say you do, say you do, say you still love me. Shoot up, yeah. You shot me in the heart. Oh yeah. And I've been dying since we've been apart. If I will not die here. So you got me here. They can come and watch us here. They gotta leave us alone. Away from the door. Say it later. What you gonna do now? Hope you're ready, cause I'm really about to put it down. Girl, you know that I will never disrespect you. We love tomorrow, but tonight I wanna spank you. That ass down, gotta make it last now. Girl, I'm so thin, I'ma beat it up. Hate on me, but no. Try to say stop when the beat say go. There you go again, that voice is cool. Watch you make your girlfriend go. Come on, come on, come on. You've been waiting patiently, wondering when and where I be. After causing ruckus in the industry, making this so she can't sleep. Shoot up. I don't think I'm gonna make it. No, I'm just as good as dead. See, I'm neglecting the fact that your love was precious, and I should have took more better care of me. And now every minute you don't, but I see you just dying alone. And I wish that I could have dodged that bullet of you leaving me. Shoot up, shoot up. You shot me in the heart. I've been dying since we've been apart, yeah. Shoot up. No. Oh, I don't think that I'm gonna make it. No. I'm just as good as shoot up. Since we
What up, what up, what up, everybody? Hey, if you look at the title are the 4 P's versus R.Kelly versus Robert Kelly. And we're going to put it in perspective and in order. Over here, I'm glad to be home on my page, my true page. Y'all go ahead and share this out, get the word out that DanaJay is back on his main page. However, we got some things that happen over here. I lost some subscribers. Some things have been shaken up. Wrenches have been taken. Wrenches have been lost. I haven't been able to get into it yet because my page was officially gone. So if you had a wrench on this page and you don't have one, haven't got a chance to go into it yet. But hey, I get into it when I do it over here. Let's see. Already, and it starts. Look, over here we're gonna do something different. So we're gonna go P versus R.Kelly versus Robert Kelly. So this will be a teaching moment. This won't be one of them bashing moments and talking about people. No, we're gonna learn, and we're gonna discuss Robert's case over here, and we're gonna do other things. Denitra Pearsall, you're a distraction. I do not like you. Thank you for being over here. Have a nice day. Like I said, have a nice day. No, don't time nobody out, Chris. Alright, block them. Hide them from the channel. I got it. I don't got time. I do not have time. No trolls over here. When they come, hide them. Don't time them out. Don't do none of that. Hide them. We ain't giving no second chances over here. And definitely over here, if you're blocked, you won't get a chance to come back. For the haters I got so far, man, I love y'all so much. Y'all keep me motivated. But that's what y'all insides are doing because y'all realize that the king is back on his throne and he's doing what he needs to do the right way. All right? So, the 4 P's. We're going to talk about it. And question, do anybody know what the 4 P's are? Do anybody want to take a guess at it? At what the 4 P's are? Also, if you want to donate to this channel here, you can hit me on Cash App at $ official DanaJay. Also, over here, you can hit the super chat. The super chat. The super chat is initiated. Hey, big baby Panel. Hey, love yourself. Also, you can hit the tip jar that's at the top. Right there at the top of the chat. You can hit the link in the tip jar. And you can donate as much as you want if you want to support DanaJay. You know what I'm saying? That's how we doing it. Better yet, let's get them likes up, y'all. So, the 4 P's. Do anybody know what any of the P's could be? There's no wrong answer because y'all taking guesses. Y'all don't know what it is. But can anybody give me a suggestion of what they think the 4 P's are just by the way the title is hit? The title was hit P versus R.Kelly versus Robert Sylvester Kelly. So do anybody know, do anybody want to take a crack at what the 4 P's could be? Let's see. Let's see if anybody want to take a crack at it. Stand on the ring. The first P I'm going to give you is popular. Popular. The second P is prize token. Yeah, love you so brain. It's prize token. You know what? Kiva said there's one purpose. That's the bonus one. The bonus one is purpose. So Kiva, you got that right. I need somebody to keep track of who got the answers right. Kiva, if possible, I need you to send your information to the Dream Team email. And I will get a prize for you this week. Number 3 is population. Population. Love yourself. Ah, wait a minute. No, pride is not one. The 4th one is people. And love yourself got the other bonus, which is professional. But I can use people if y'all want me to go over my time, and I can use principal. Alright. Number 1, popular. When Robert first started doing his craft, honing his craft, he wasn't popular to the people. Ern Hall was. Everybody knew who Ern Hall was. Everybody knew who Guy was. Nobody knew who Robert Sylvester Kelly was. Robert Sylvester Kelly was just a humble person trying to get on. Robert Sylvester Kelly embodied another entity named R.Kelly. Even though Robert Sylvester Kelly is the host, R.Kelly is the gift and the blessing. Now, most people don't understand what I'm saying and where I'm going. Robert Sylvester Kelly is a person. He's the host, meaning that's the body. But the music gods said we need to send R. Kelly to Robert Sylvester Kelly. And when they did that, he became hands down. What's good? What's good, Chrissy? I miss y'all. I miss y'all over here. I'm glad to be back home. Let's continue to build home. But Robert Sylvester Kelly is naturally embodied by R. Kelly. And when that happened, the only thing Robert Sylvester Kelly had to do was hone R. Kelly. And when you hone R. Kelly, that means you make that entity the most powerful entity there is. Hey, V. White, how do you make it the most powerful entity? By studying. by practicing, by doing things that no other person is going to do. Like go down to the train station and vocal train against the train. That's very hard to do. When the train come past, you sing against the train. That's very hard. Because not only are you losing wind, you have the coldness from the tunnels, and then you have the volume from all the activity that's going on from the train, from the tracks, from the horn, and from the tunnel. That's how Robert was able to... That's how Robert was able to become so strong. But that's how R. Kelly was able to become so strong when he go in the studio and do certain things. Such as performing opera, performing career. And you doing it in their language. A lot of people can't do that. So, Robert never became popular. R. Kelly became popular. And when he became popular, how did he become popular? He didn't become popular off of, "Hi, my name is R. Kelly." He became popular off of, "Baby, take off your clothes and come on and sex me, baby." He became popular off of provocative songs. And the people call it provocative because they'd be like, "Oh no, I'm not listening to that." Why not? That's the song that got Lil Ray Ray and Pookie here. A lot of people who couldn't get off to Earn Hall got off to R. Kelly. And the same time that R. Kelly was there, Robert was also present, but Robert wasn't present. He was present. The body was there, but Robert wasn't there. That was R. Kelly. That's what I mean when I say the king. R. Kelly will forever be the king. Robert is not the king. Robert is the host. Robert is the natural person. Robert is the laid back, chill, funny guy. Robert is the basketball player. R. Kelly is the king. I hope I ain't confusing nobody as I'm going along with this, because I'm breaking it down and I'm going to show some things. So R. Kelly became popular with doing provocative songs, right? Okay. So in the course of that, mainstream media loved it, mainly women. And I'm going to give you a secret. Without women approval, men ain't going to buy it. I'm going to say it again. Without women approval, men ain't going to buy it. So a lot of things that men do is to impress women. The reason why we go get haircuts. The reason why we go get $5,000 red bottom shoes. Because when we step out, we want the women to be like, "God, he got it going on." That's why I always say, a man can be sneaky all he wants, but a man is nothing without a good woman. Now, we can be strong in everything we're going to do. "Hey, darling, I miss all of y'all." We can be strong and we can do everything we're going to do. But at the end of the day, without a good woman, not any woman, a good woman. Anybody can go get a woman, but a good woman ain't going to tolerate certain things. And the certain things she ain't going to tolerate is what's going to propel you to the next level. So, I will say this. R. Kelly got put on a main platform by the record labels, by the peoples, worldwide. They rode him in on a donkey. This story sounds familiar, don't it? They rode Robert in on a donkey. No, but they rode R.Kelly in on a donkey. Rode him in on a donkey. You're the king. You're the GOAT. We love you always. But when the labels didn't have use for him anymore, when the groupies didn't have use for him anymore, when the accusers didn't have use for Robert, or they didn't get what they want, or they didn't get the Birkin bag and the Roger Jamore pocketbooks, guess what happened? You ain't our king no more. Crucify him. So, out the same mouth that y'all saying Robert is the greatest, he never did nothing wrong to me, he never did this, he never did that, out of your same mouth, you going around telling people, hold on. Oh, yeah, love yourself. I know the wrong. Out the same mouth that y'all saying we love Robert, the same mouth that y'all turned around and said crucify him. Which means that your word can never be your bond. And the reason why your word can't be your bond is because how can people take you at face value when 1 minute you saying you love Robert, the next minute you saying crucify Robert? So, my question would turn out to be, what are you crucifying Robert for? Here's where it's going to get sticky. What are you crucifying Robert for? Because if you remember, he's popular. He's popular. Robert is the one that's popular. So, as long as he can get you some bags, he can get you some clout, Robert should be okay because he's popular. And when you popular, you should be able to do whatever you want. So some people think. But as we seen on Surviving R.Kelly, that's all you need is 2 disgruntled women, 2, that will go out and poison your casting crew from the Black Panties tour, that will link up with people who are hired to be actors to come in to smear your name. I'm going to break it down in nigga terminology. That's all you need is somebody with an attitude, a hot cock, a loud mouth to get mad at you. And they will bring you down. So they use women to praise you and put you up there. But then they use women to tear you down. So while the women are tearing down this black man, or should I say this man of color, you have another set of women who's watching. You have another set of women who's asking questions. But then you have this wannabe dominant group of women that's saying, oh no, he need to go to jail. He's a predator. He's this. He's a pedophile. He's a predator. He's a pedophile. He need to go to jail because he stopped buying you bags. I'm going to take it back to the word. If he wasn't popular, would he be a predator? Would he be a pedophile? Or would he need to go to jail? These are the facts of life. This is what people don't want to talk about. If let's go here. If Robert Kelly wasn't popular, which he's not, and I know people will say, Dana crazy. He the king of R&B. He's not. R. Kelly is the king of R&B. Robert is a whole nother person. Robert is a man. He's a father. He's a loving person. He's a funny person. And he's a basketball player. That's who Robert Sylvester Kelly is. R. Kelly is the entertainer, the songwriter, the fulfillment, the meal ticket. Let's go here. If anybody can prove me wrong, I'm about to give you some details of facts. If R. Kelly is not the entertainer, the writer, the meal ticket, the fulfillment, then why did it take for Robert to hone R. Kelly for him to become popular? You know what I'm saying? Right, Cooper? If he wasn't popular, he wouldn't be in jail. Why did it take Robert Sylvester Kelly, to hone R. Kelly for him to be popular? I'm going to ask you this question. What if Robert never trained R. Kelly? Would there ever have been an R. Kelly? No. Because the music gods would have took the gift back. You know, the Bible says if you don't use it, you will lose it. So, even though Robert been singing all his life, he had to hone R. Kelly to the point where R. Kelly could compete and take over the world. Which led him to be the first word, popular. Now let's go to the second word, prize. Why would prize be after popular? Let's go here. After 31, as Robert say, 31 mother years. And he gave his life to the music industry. What was the prize that R. Kelly got? And I'm going to go here first, because then we're going to flip it. The prize that R. Kelly got was fame, acknowledgement, accolades, status. R. Kelly got all that. Everything. Everything that anybody could ever want, R. Kelly got. What did Robert get? Pain. Jail. Negative mouths being spoken on him. So let's get it. Robert got 3 negative things. R. Kelly got 4 positive things. So what negative things did R. Kelly get? Nothing. Because that's all R. Kelly got to do is write. R. Kelly just got to wake Robert up. Get up. Get your assets up. You got to write this song. Robert, I'm ready to sing. I'm ready to record. Let's go to the studio. Robert, you know it's time to take off our clothes. We got to hit that stage and make them scream. So at the end of the day, Robert is paying for the craving that R. Kelly wants. But Robert is the embodiment of R. Kelly. So the prize that Robert got, because he got some positive stuff. The prize he got was he got 3 kids. He had a wife. And umpteen of women throwing themselves at Robert. When the whole time they are wanting R. Kelly. So Robert is enjoying some perks that come from R. Kelly. Just like R. Kelly is enjoying some perks that's coming from Robert. You see what I'm saying? One hand is washing the other. One hand is washing the other. So, is it fair that Robert is suffering because people cannot distinguish between an entertainer with an entity and a time with a human being? Let me bring it this way. Is it fair that people can't tell the difference or differentiate between a time with an entertainer versus a time and meeting a real live person? That's true, Carmel. That's true. Let's see what Carmel say. Carmel say he got jealousy, nasty false rumors put on, and low down evil haters, family and friends, and weirdos ass people. That's true. She ain't never lie. However, is it Robert's fault that people want R. Kelly, but they settle for Robert? These are things that you got to think about in your everyday life. Because somebody can want you because they see you on stage and they see you funny, or they see you can sing, or they see you can do whatever. But they want what they see instead of falling in love with who they know. It's a big thing. And everybody go through it. I even went through it. Trust me. If you got light eyes and you light skin or you brown skin and you got a good body, I'm on it. But then when you hold a conversation, you be like, oh, I'm not on it. The problem that we have as people is we are genuinely seers. So we got to see it first. So what happened if none of us could see? And what made me think about this is I heard a young brother taking the trash out. And he was talking to his girlfriend. And his girlfriend said, what if you could never see the fact that I had a big butt? And he said, I wouldn't be with you. That sparked my curiosity. And I'm saying to myself, what if you couldn't see her, but she treated you well? Would you be with her? And he said, nobody never asked me that. So I'm asking. And he said, you got a point. Hey, Dewan. And you got a point. So the prize that comes with R. Kelly are the perks that Robert got. But a lot of people ain't want Robert. They want R. Kelly. Robert ain't telling you to take off your clothes. Robert ain't telling you strip down to the bone. Robert ain't telling you none of that. Robert's saying, look, I want to get a stogie. I want to hoop. I want to chill. I want to be a family person. I want to be everything that God has designed me to be. That's what Robert is saying. R. Kelly is saying, I'm ready to take off the clothes. I'm ready to give you a 2-hour show. And if you can handle it, then we can possibly go further. But check it. What happens when you go and approach Robert looking for R. Kelly and you get Robert instead of R. Kelly? Is that when the lawsuits come? What happens when R. Kelly leaves the room and you ask R. Kelly for a $400 person, he say no? Is that when you extort him and says you're a victim? What happens when you make a phone call and say, Robert, I want to be your only one, but the whole time you fell in love with an R. Kelly, and R. Kelly leaves the building, and Robert said, no, I have multiple women that I deal with? Is that when you go live and say, I eat shit? Is that when you go live and say, I know where the storage is? These are things that nobody's thinking about. I should have titled this, Who Do You Want the Most? That's what I should have titled it, but I got it as the PPPs because I'm only on the second P, which is prize. If you late, the first P was popular. The second P is prize. Thank you, Grandma Jenna. So I'm just lost. When R. Kelly walked in the studio walked in a radio station where you worked at, and you know who I'm talking to. I'm not going to say your name, but you know who I'm talking to. And when R. Kelly walked in the radio station where you work at, and you told them, I'm resigning, after putting a letter in his pocket saying, I've really been wanting you for 10 years. I'm free now. Oops. Dane ain't supposed to know that because he don't know Robert. So, when you get that R. Kelly experience for 3 months, and then R. Kelly say, okay, I'm done with her. I'm ready to go perform. And then you turn to Robert and say, I want to be the only one. And Robert say, well, no, I got multiple women. And then you leave. Is it Robert's fault that you fell in love with R. Kelly and you got sex by R. Kelly for 3.5 months and Robert? And then when R. Kelly don't want to deal with you no more and Robert is there, you leave and you spread rumors. This is what people got to realize. R. Kelly is basic. Robert is beyond. And the only way you can keep looking at this the way that I'm looking at it is you got to look at it this way. Robert is human. R. Kelly is entity. R. Kelly can touch you in ways that Robert can't. Robert can physically touch you. R. Kelly can mentally, emotionally, spiritually, thoughtfully touch you. So what I believe is that a lot of these women was looking for R. Kelly and they experienced Robert. Robert is the tool. Robert is the house. Robert is the package. R. Kelly is the entity. That's what females mean when they say, you have to stimulate my mind first. They want your entity to enter them first. Because when your entity enters through them first, it gives them a comfort and warmth. And it opens them up to do whatever they want to do to you. Because you are the person. As long as you are the person, you are reaping the benefits from your entity. That's why you will start hearing men say, don't send your representative, send you. Because your entity, I have you thinking it's something else, when you is telling you it's something else. Now, if I had to represent Robert, right, and Azriel was on the stand, I would let her say all she gonna say. Then I would let her parents say all they gonna say. Then I would ask a question. When you took Azriel to a R.Kelly show, right? You wanted Azriel to meet R.Kelly. So why are you trying to prosecute Robert Sylvester Kelly? And that would throw everybody off. They'd be like, well, that's the same person. How? Impossible. One is an entity, the other is a person. So how are they the same person? Just like in church, and when people say the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost is all wrapped up in one. That's three embodiments. That's in one person, right? So, if the Holy Ghost is a comforter, right? The Father is a corrector. The Son is a nurturer and a pass-byer, meaning that he shields you so the Father don't see nothing negative. If that's the case, that means Jesus had anger problems. That means God had anger problems. So why can't R. Kelly have anger problems? Why can't R. Kelly be normal? Here's why. Because R. Kelly is an entity. That's Robert's emotions, not R. Kelly's. That's Robert's emotions. That's Robert's feelings. And you got to look at it. R. Kelly don't have emotions. R. Kelly don't have feelings. R. Kelly is a one-motion man. R. Kelly is performance. I need what I want. I need to feed. And how do R. Kelly feed? He hears the cheers. Bobby Brown said something so imperative in one of his songs, and people overlooked it. The song with him and Ja Rule, off the Last Temptation album of Ja Rule. Ja Rule said, Bobby, are you ready? He said, that's all I need is a stage, God. That wasn't Bobby he was talking to. That was the entity of Bobby Brown. Because the real Bobby Brown, he's showing you what he do. He want to cook. He want to make seasons. But the singer Bobby Brown, the entity Bobby Brown, he'll tell you, that's all I need is a stage, God. It's over. Lights, camera, action. It's over. So when you see people talking The reason why I laugh and I say a lot of these people don't know what they're talking about is because they try to make R.Kelly Robert. It's not. It's not. And the reason why I say a lot of these charges won't stick is because of the professionalism, which is the bonus word, of Robert. R. Kelly is reckless, but Robert is professional. Think about it. When R. Kelly hit the stage, what you see? A lot of humping, a lot of bumping, and grinding. And if you pay attention to when Robert is performing, you can see when Robert takes over and then R. Kelly takes back over. Because when Robert takes over, he start caring about feelings. He want to sing songs like You Saved Me. He want to sing songs like The World's Greatest. But when R. Kelly take over, You Remind Me of My G. Why would somebody make a song and say you remind him of his Jeep? Because maybe maybe the entity is in love with the way the Jeep look. So if the entity is in love with the way the Jeep look, the entity can persuade the body. You remind me of my Jeep. I'm bringing it to you in a way that nobody haven't broke it down to you in 2.5 years. And I studied all of this. So, professionalism. When you see Robert, he's dressed to the T. He's very mannerful. But if you pay attention to his interviews, they ask Robert R. Kelly questions. And then when Robert can't respond, oh, he's a pedophile. So I got a question to ask all the people that said Robert is a pedophile. Why, when his music first came out, he wasn't a pedophile? But now, because the status quo, because the powers that be want to make him a pedophile and cover up for the pedophiles, now he a pedophile? I need somebody to make that make sense to me. We just witnessed one of the biggest pedophiles on earth waste $400 billion today. Thank you, PG. Waste $400 billion today. I might be exaggerating on a number, but we watched him fly to space and come back. But he's a pedophile. And he's also a different color. He's a different shade of gray. While we as a color community ain't doing nothing, and we watching one of our own rot in one of their cells. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So, now that we know by him being popular, he was propelled to the top and he was torn down because they didn't want him to be popular no more. On top of him being popular, we understand the prize that came with him. Then we understand the population. Or should I say, the professionalism that also come with him. Now we're going to talk about the population. If majority of the people, mainly women, never been touched, or if they've been touched, their abuser was captured, do you all over here think surviving R.Kelly would have been as big as it was? Because one thing I'm gonna tell you is this: surviving R.Kelly wasn't supposed to grow into what it was supposed to grow, what it grew into. It wasn't supposed to grow into what it grew into. That's why you see people dropping out and the government switching people and not telling you that they're switching people. That's why they're trying to do, oh, we want to put emotional laminate to shield these people. No! Why shield them? You wasn't shield them on surviving R. Kelly. So why shield them now? They was fine as long as they was getting Birkin bags. So why shield them now? I gave y'all a person to do a story on. Nobody did it. Which lead me to believe that people are scared to do a show on this lady. I don't give 3 flying freaks. I'm going to do a show this week on Tamara Simmons. I know I'm going to make some enemies, but guess what? I hate her even more. And Tamara Simmons' actions need to be stopped now. Court won't be the same if she's not exposed. So the question is, who is Tamara Simmons? I'm going to let y'all do your homework, but I'll be back tomorrow with it. I'll be back with it. So, Geronda, you ain't safe. Because Tamara can't go on that witness stand with you. That whole year and a half, y'all had to study your lines. Y'all did a piss poor job. One thing I'll tell you, under these cameras, under the microphone, it'll bring out the beast in you. Or it'll bring out the puss in you. Once these cameras cut on, and them lights cut on, and that microphone is queued up, you can't keep saying, well, Robert did. Robert was that type of person, and he locked me in the room, but I was able to get out and go get some shoes and come right back. You ain't gonna be able to do that. That witness stand is just like a TV set. It's gonna grab you by the balls. It's gonna grab you. Once you walk up, that's a lonely walk. When you by yourself, it's a lonely walk. Now, I'm gonna bring y'all on something that Angelo has said a while back that all of y'all skipped over. When it came out that his daughter was going to be in the paperwork, Angelo ain't say, no, not my daughter, nothing like that. He said, I'm prepared for my daughter to do 5 years for perjury. Was he telling all of us something then that none of us knew? J-Rock said, hold on, let me see. J-Rock said, one of the reasons why they pushed Surviving R. Kelly so hard is because between 2016 and 2018, Lifetime ratings plummeted. Over ratings dropped by 30%. And the 18 to 49 demographic dropped 40%. That's still not a big drop-off, though, J-Rock. If it dropped 40%, I'm still winning. because I still have a 60% overall viewage. Now, if you would have said it dropped 70% or 65%, I'd be like, oh, thank you so much, Nell Taylor. Hashtag we all we got. So I'm wondering, was Angelo telling us something then? And said, what about the people who had a script? Now they have to remember what they said. That's what I'm talking about. But J-Rock, you on point with it though. But I'm still winning because I got a 60% viewage. I just won't get the same amount of coins that I used to get. I'm going to feel that 40% drop if I was living off 100% budget. If that helps. One day I'm going to teach. One day I'm going to teach on the living of the percentage, because a lot of people live off their percentage of what they make. Like a prime example, Denzel. He live off of his percentage. He don't touch his checks. Thank you so much, Nell Taylor. I appreciate it. So, Georgia Girl says some of them will break. Hold on. Some of them will break on the stand. That's true. If not all. If not all. So, we dealing with some things that's crazy. And like I said, anytime a parent can prepare themselves to see their daughter walk out of handcuffs, it must have been something deeper going on there. Because I ain't gonna lie, I don't care if my daughter right or wrong. I don't want nothing put on. I don't want no braces put on my daughter. Not none of my girls. Y'all gonna have to lock me up or take me in another room so I can't see it. That's just the father in me. So the fourth word, since we know the population contributed to Robert being locked up. Well, Dana, how did the population contribute? Well, let's take surviving R.Kelly. Aren't them females part of the population? Let's take mute R.Kelly. Aren't they part of the population? Let's take Color of Change and Time's Up. Aren't they part of the population? Let's go here. Let's take the abused women who couldn't have justice or seen justice brought to their abuser. Aren't they part of the population? Things that make you go, Prime example. To me, the fact that these numbers happened before Surviving R. Kelly premiered sends up huge red flags to me. I agree with you, J-Rock. I think all will break because it's never supposed to get this far. True. If only R. Kelly would have done what he was told. So they said. Facts. Facts. Me Too movement. Facts. Hail Mary said popular. Public opinion. Right. Right. Now you see how they all working hand in hand? Hail Mary. You see how they working hand in hand? Because the fourth word is people. Without the popular prize population of people, Robert wouldn't be in jail. So it's the people. It's the people with the crabs in the barrel mentality. that want to be popular, that want the prize that Robert have, that want to be able to control the population that Robert controls. Let's go here. Let's go here. Robert is in jail, right? Right now, as we speak. And excuse my French, but more shit has happened in his name than it happened when he was home. Now, if that's not control, then what is it? I'm sorry, if that's not population control, then what is it? More things have happened in his name since he's been incarcerated versus when he was home. That's all you got to just think about it. Now here's the next bonus word. What is the purpose of all of this? If Robert fulfilled his purpose as far as music, what is the purpose and the motive behind everybody else doing what they're doing to him? You saying money. Miss Lady T, out of everything I said, if you can only say money, that means you're thinking is shallow. This is deeper than money. Actually, the word begins with a C, not an M. This is about control. I'm going to take you back. If you're young and don't know, go back to Lord Kim and the Locks. Money, power, respect. If you got all that, you got control. So your purpose is to get control and be popular, to get the prize, have control over the population of the people. Those are the P's. I just wanted to bring y'all that, as this is my first live back on my main channel. And this is the way we're going to run it. We're going to bring truth and facts. So while I'm at it, let me bring y'all these things real quick. Let's touch on it. Let's touch on it. United States District Court against Roberts vs. Kelly. Annam Donnelly, United States District Judge. The court directs Metropolitan Detention Center, MDC, to ensure that the defendant is able to meet with his counsel in a private room at MDC. MDC will ensure that these meetings can take place as frequently as the defendant and his counsel request, and for the duration that the defendant and his counsel request within MDC's normal visiting hours. Defense counsel is directed to inform the court without delay if they face difficulties booking or having client visits. So ordered by Ms. Ann Donnelly. Okay? I told y'all I'm back. I'm back on my focus, baby. I know the federal government put motions to eliminate in. So, okay, Tom Fernella put this in. Dear Judge Donnelly, on behalf of all the parties in the above referenced case, counsel for Mr. Kelly, respectfully submits this letter requesting that the time to file motions in limine for all parties be extended to July the 23rd, 2021. And opposition for all parties extended to July the 30th, 2021. The government has no objection to this request. That's just a request. Let me see something. Let me see if it was granted. Let me see if it was granted. Hold on. Let's see if it was granted. Okay, let's see. Scheduling order. The requested extension is granted. Okay. Motions in limine are due by July the 23rd, 2021. Oppositions are due by July the 30th, 2021. No further extension will be granted without good cause shown. Any further extension request should comply with the court's individual practices and rules. To F, signed by Judge A.M. Donnelly. I wouldn't be happy about that. I wouldn't be happy about that. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why I wouldn't be happy about that. Juanita Price said, what happens if someone no longer wants to testify? I don't know, Juanita. I think they just got to put in a motion. I think they got to put in a motion that, I guess a motion that they don't want to testify. Robert Keller said, that's an indicator that the defense not ready for a pretrial conference and the actual trial. Robert Keller, I got to disagree with you. Because if you can remember, the government put that in Chicago. And they said they was ready. What I think the defense is doing is about to box the federal government in on some stuff. Because they still got time to have some stuff drop. But they have time to have some stuff expelled or stricken out or stricken down. But they got time to negotiate some stuff for stuff not to be admissible. So it's a lot that play into that, Robert Keller. But on the flip side, you're actually right. That could be a sign where somebody ain't ready. You actually could be right. It can mean both. I guess we gotta wait and see how it play out. J-Rock said political. R.Kelly used as an election tool. Financial because of his masters. Societal because of the Me Too, Time's Up movements. Media, national TV, and radio shows using this for rating boosts. Gotta agree with him. Willie, I believe Azriel is going to flip again. Flip where? Where's she going to flip to? There's nowhere to flip to now. There's nowhere to flip to now. Azriel just got to be Azriel. All this flipping stuff, I'm not in agreement with. I just think you got to be truthful, you got to be honest, and you got to be yourself. That's all. It's one thing to make up lies, and it's another to have to sit face to face and repeat what you lied on Robert about. That's facts. That's facts. Now, Tomorrow I'm going to talk about something that nobody else is talking about. And I'm going to bring some spotlight power to the return of the deepfake. I'm going to talk about the deepfake. Because now that just died out. No. Don't let it die out. Because the more light that's shed on a deepfake, the more they know that people ain't going to let them get away with it. Because now they talking about, oh, we got devices. Well, I want to see the chain of custody. Because if it went from Michael Avenatti to CNN, the chain of custody is broken. Can't use it. Robert Kelly said, Dana, what's your honest opinion about RSK defense team being ready come trial time? I'm going to be honest with you. Based on what I know, I believe they ready. I'm going to say this. I believe majority is ready. The two new ones got to get caught up to speed. But everybody that's been there, they ready. Now that the cancer is gone, Fernella and Nicole, they can do what they need to do. And focus on what they need to focus on. I can say that much. Thank you, Georgia girl. I just needed my main page back. Yeah. I agree, J-Rock. When R.Kelly win this case, are they going to give him his masters? Ain't nobody going to give you nothing. And you got to go get it. R.Kelly health is bad. It's sad that they won't let him out of jail. And they let a lot of others out. Okay. The second part is true. The first part is so-so. But Ingram, overall, I totally agree with you. And see, one thing I like about Robert Kelly bring things from a different avenue. He ain't coming from the opposition side or the defense side. He's coming from a different avenue, even though he don't even like R. Kelly. I really believe that Robert defense team is going to be great. I'm so glad you got your main. I'm so happy I got it back too, Ann. Oh my God, I was stressing. Lavero, great live, Dana. Thank you so much. And look, and all these other pages we don't need to go to, and we have our own network. And between Prima Donna, Sky Zone, Levi, me, trying to think who else over here that's doing it. Senator, and we have our own network, and we don't need to go to the far reaches nowhere else. We don't. And we got our own network. Brooke, you know, we don't got to go nowhere else. Yeah, and I got all my stuff. Yep. But I downloaded everything I needed. I got all my stuff back. Now I can go ahead and do what I need to do. Then I can put forth different things where I need to put it at. When Mr. Kelly comes home, he will be a new Mr. Kelly because the people did this to him. I can't even lie about that. Thank you so much, Ms. Linda. Yeah, it's trust me, it's been a while. But now I'm going to come back. I'm behind time. I'm coming back with content with this one. It's been a while. So every day ain't nothing but content going to be on here. No foolishness over here. I got a foolishness page for that. But no foolishness over here. So y'all know when I come here, it's all about business. All about business. Don't forget to stop by Georgia Girls page. She have buttons. She make bags. She got it all. Please don't forget to stop past there. Don't forget to stop past Fantasia's. I'm gonna call. You know what? I'm gonna give her a name. Stop by Fantasia's candle shop. Trust me. She have the soaps. She make the the soaps, and she make the candles and all that for you. Trust me. They're on point. They smell good. All that. Let's support our own. Nikki M. Let's support her business. Any type of business you got, let me know. Also, if you have a birthday in July, the rest of this month, or August, email the Dream Team for Life email so we can acknowledge you. Okay? Chris Harris said, great live. Thanks, bro. Well, I thank all of y'all. I'm going to do like I always do. I'm going to let y'all go on some kills. But, let's see what we're going to listen to going out. Ooh. Can't use that. Okay. Alright. Let's. Ooh. Can't use that. Alright. Here we go.
Man, I got so much on my mind. And if I don't let it out, I'm gonna explode straight up. I'm sitting here looking at all these people around me, thinking if I wasn't armed, tell me where would they be? Was the one that even care about R.Kelly? No. Tell me what happened to my whole family. Can't they see him going through? Little brother really needs them. I was there for them when they needed me. Yeah. People, they smile right in your face. No one talk behind your back when they don't even know the facts. And some of your church folks point your finger at me. Sometimes I like to party, drink, have sex and smoke weed. Just because I love things, it doesn't mean I'm going crazy. God, I wish I knew why people are